Not the $25,000 EV, but the new Model Y Juniper is truly the most anticipated model because this refresh will remarkably transform the SUV from design to performance. Notably, the price difference isn't too significant, allowing many to sell their old Model Y without needing to spend too much more for a new one. Don't rush to buy the Model Y now. The updates on the Model Y Juniper that we provide below might make you regret it. When compared to all other models in the Tesla showroom, the Model Y looks quite outdated because it hasn't had any updates for a long time. That's why customers are still hesitant, even though Elon Musk continually offers discounts for the SUV. Realizing that customers have gradually felt the fading of this car after nearly 5 years of its release since January 2020, this forced Tesla to put its best-selling car on the line again. The plan to refresh has been budding since second quarter of last year. But Tesla is a smart automaker. They'll not be stupid enough to announce that there will be an update for Juniper early because this will make the majority of people delay buying the current Model Y and create a huge amount of inventory. No one's stupid enough to buy a new car, but it becomes an old car after only 2 to 3 months because of a new version. So Musk intervened with a confirmation on X, saying that no Model Y refresh is coming out this year. It's easy to see that the CEO is trying to avoid the Osborne effect. Now we'll talk about the new updates on this refresh project. What's new for the Model Y Juniper exterior? The new version is nearly the same dimension as the previous model, with no notable changes in width or height. What do you think about the front end of the Model Y? Up close, the current front end of the Model Y is quite attractive, but it still lacks a standout feature among a plethora of contemporary designs, and it appears more unremarkable when considering its nearly 5-year history since its release. Therefore, in this Juniper project upgrade, the front end of the Model Y will be more attractive than ever with a redesigned hood and front bumper. These will feature optimized air intake vents to enhance underbody cooling. The new Model Y's hood features a top edge with a more pronounced upward curve, which guides air more effectively for reduced wind noise. When viewed from the side, the entire front end of the Model Y Juniper will have a sleeker, more knife-like shape. Yes, it looks significantly more attractive. Not stopping there, what really sets the Model Y Juniper apart and impresses visually threefold compared to its predecessor is undoubtedly the enhanced headlights. The headlights have been redesigned with increased length and a slimmer profile, creating an aesthetic reminiscent of the keen eyes of a bald eagle. In the current Model Y, the headlights have not yet maximized their brightness, so the new version will do better with a strip of LED lights running along the edge of the headlights, often called signature lights. Tesla will further improve the lighting capabilities by choosing high-end LED lights inside the headlight cluster. Indeed, it must be acknowledged that the new headlights are the feature that most easily distinguishes between the old and new versions, and they also enhance driving safety at night. Although refreshed, Tesla continues to lean towards minimalist designs because ultimately the goal of the refresh is to reduce costs for the manufacturer. However, there's speculation that the Juniper won't feature fog lights like the Model 3 Highland. Instead, Tesla will add front bumper cameras for the new Model Y. What do you think about this change? Drop us a comment below. We don't know if the majority are excited about the front-end adjustments for the Model Y Juniper, as some opinions suggest they prefer the current front-end design. Instead, the new rear end seems to be more exciting for many. The rear end of the new Model Y will certainly receive a subtle update that shares a lot of similarities with a Model 3 refresh. You know, these two models are built on the same platform, so it makes sense that the modifications have a bit of similarity, both uncomplicated and not time-consuming to delay the launch. Yet the rear view looks lower, wider, and better than before. The taillights migrate entirely onto the trunk lid, easing the need for complex tolerances around the opening, and the taillights themselves adopt a thinner look with their C-shapes. The rear glass still starts too high up on the trunk lid, in our opinion, making the roof look more bubble-like than it should, but you almost don't notice it against the more chamfered elements all over the tail. Tesla's stylists managed to shrink the butt's visual mass with that horizontal crease below the trunk opening, along with a taller black plastic lower bumper diffuser element. Yeah, and the Tesla T logo is replaced by Tesla lettering that further emphasizes the rear end's newfound sense of the horizontal. This change not only enhances aesthetic appeal, but also serves as an emblem of improved brand identity. The Model Y refresh boasts a more aggressive rear diffuser designed to reduce rear lift at high speeds. Additionally, it's been reported that the 2024 Model Y would get new 19-inch wheels. The improvement of Model Y are evident in the use of all-new sheet metal that are designed to minimize body panel gaps, tighten seals, and optimize airflow. These refinements result in a drag coefficient lower than 0.23 at present making the new Model Y Juniper more aerodynamic to improve the driving range. What will the interior of the Model Y Juniper be adjusted? Not only the exterior design, but also the interior and technical specifications has seen significant enhancements in this refresh. Previously, there was a common belief not to expect much from a revamped Model Y because the improvements would be minor and insignificant, but this notion is completely wrong. If you enjoy driving while also experiencing the natural sounds of the surrounding environment, from the hustle and bustle of city streets to the sound of wind blowing through, the older Model Y might be more suitable. For enthusiasts of this kind of experience, these sounds can be soothing. However, for most users who find them bothersome, these sounds can be considered noise. The suspension system and cabin noise level in the older Model Y do not provide an optimal experience. Similar to the Model 3 Highland, if the current prototype is criticized for cabin noise due to thin walls, the refreshed Juniper project ensures all passengers have optimal and comfortable experience with significantly reduced cabin noise, vibration, and harshness. This is achieved by eliminating 70% of the current noise through an entire sound-insulated glass system, replacing the previously used laminated glass, and upgrading the air suspension system with changes to the suspension geometry, suspension bushings, and rear subframe mount. If you compare the Model Y to the newly upgraded Model 3 Highland, you'll notice that the current SUV is significantly lacking in several aspects. The Model Y is missing ventilated front seats, ambient lighting, and a rear passenger screen. Particularly in the high-end long-range and performance variants, the Model 3 Highland excels with more speakers and subwoofers compared to the Model Y. Therefore, why should customers buy the Model Y when the Model 3 Highland offers a much more complete experience at a lower price? This is the issue at hand. Hence, the Model Y Juniper will inevitably need to incorporate the refinements already present in the interior of the new Model 3, and perhaps even surpass them. There are rumors about a new steering wheel inspired by the Semi and Cybertruck, along with an option for steer-by-wire for the Model Y. But we think this is unlikely. Implementing steer-by-wire would require the new Model Y to be designed with a low-voltage architecture of 48 volts. Switching to a different voltage standard is a significant challenge because if an automaker decides to adopt a 48-volt architecture, all their vehicles would need to be synchronized to fit this system. The components used would also need to be changed accordingly, leading to a requirement for a shift in the ecosystem of component suppliers. The cost for research and development would skyrocket, making it unfeasible for the Model Y Juniper to adopt a 48-volt architecture. Instead, the steering wheel of the new version will likely be redesigned with modifications focused on the buttons and controls present on the wheel. Unlike the previous generations of Model Y, which featured dedicated gear stalks, the new Model Y Juniper uses a touchscreen-based gear selector. Functions like turn signals, lighting, wipers, and cruise control are now seamlessly integrated into the haptic feedback buttons on the steering wheel itself. If you're still concerned about the current interior space of the Model Y not meeting your expectations, waiting for the Juniper version is a reasonable choice. The lighting system will see significant improvements compared to the old version, with meticulous attention to detail evident in the RGB ambient lighting around the vehicle. This system offers a variety of colors similar to the new Model 3 Highland. It has not stopped here. SUV refresh main display features a slimmer bezel and improved brightness and responsiveness. Just like the Model S and X, the upgraded Model Y now has an 8-inch rear display as well, which allows passengers in the rear seats to view media and control functions like climate control. The rear display is absent in the Model Y at present, so waiting for the new version is really suitable for those who want to use Model Y for family outings. Many opinions express hesitation in purchasing the Model Y right now due to the uncomfortable seats that lack interest, especially with non-perforated leather seats at 110-degree angles. So Model Y seat still has area for improvement, especially in the rear. Addressing previous criticisms, Tesla plans to improve rear seat comfort for the upgraded Model Y. For one, the rear seat cushion has been strategically raised, alleviating some of the awkward knees in the air posture experienced by some passengers in the previous Model Y. Additionally, the backrest seat cushions have received a firmness adjustment, offering enhanced support and minimizing the sinking in feeling often associated with less structured seating. Coupled with ventilated seats, these refinements contribute to a more comfortable experience for the new Model Y's passengers. How will the Juniper Model Y perform better? The reality shows that adjusting interior and exterior designs affects only 40% of customer expectations. The remaining 60% focuses on enhancing project performance. Model Y Juniper performance cannot be perfected without significant improvements in performance. Unlike the subtle improvements seen in Model 3 Highland, the Model Y will undergo a significant range upgrade post-adjustment. With the long-range RWD variant, the range could potentially reach at least 350 to 380 miles as opposed to the current 320 miles. A reliable source from Cattle confirms that their M3P batteries have been approved for the new Model Y project. It would be time-consuming and complex to delve deeply into this type of battery since we discussed it in detail in a previous episode. You can revisit our episode on the Model Y Juniper that we did earlier. With M3P battery technology, Tesla can potentially make the Model Y Juniper lighter by using batteries with lower weight while extending the operating range due to superior energy density. The Juniper could achieve a reasonable range of 350 to 380 miles thanks to improvements in aerodynamics and the efficiency of lighter yet powerful batteries. Moreover, using the M3P battery pack will significantly reduce the charging time for the Model Y Juniper. Currently, when fast charging at Tesla supercharger stations, owners of this SUV have to wait 30 minutes to charge from 10 to 80%. However, with Tesla implementing the latest battery technology, this charging time could be cut to about 15 minutes. Furthermore, advancements suggest up to 410 kilometers, approximately 270 miles, could be added in just 10 minutes of charging, which is quite remarkable. Although not certain, there are rumors about the potential acceleration improvement of the new Model Y from 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 3.5 seconds through its upgraded battery and design enhancements. This would make the Model Y one of the fastest SUVs on the market, which is quite astonishing, but further confirmation is needed as the Model 3 Highland at least did not change as much in its acceleration capabilities after the update. Like all recent Tesla models, the Model Y Juniper must be equipped with the latest autonomous driving technologies. Finally, the refreshed Tesla Model Y has an active hood to protect pedestrians in a crash. The hood will automatically raise about 3.1 inches or 80 millimeters if the car detects a collision with a pedestrian while driving at speeds between 18.6 and 32.3 miles per hour. In doing so, the hood acts as a sort of metal cushion for the human head and reduces the chance of injury. But the new active hood isn't the only sort of invisible safety feature added to the updated electric SUV. Besides the automatically raising hood, the facelifted Model 3 has metal hooks on the lower part of the doors to help keep them aligned in a crash. Another passive safety feature is the so-called driver drowsiness warning, which uses the cabin-facing camera fitted above the rearview mirror to count how often the driver yawns or blinks and issues a warning on the central touchscreen with an audible alert. With a likely launch in early 2025 and a starting price that won't differ much, we're guessing just over $45,000 for the cheapest variant. Why can the Juniper Model Y adopt the new platform? Tesla is planning to start production of new models, including more affordable electric vehicles, earlier than previously announced. To achieve this, Tesla has announced the removal of the unboxed production process, instead opting for a mixed model production line where several next-generation electric vehicles will be manufactured. This suggests that the Model Y Juniper could be produced on a different platform than what Tesla is currently using, combining old platform with new platform. The advantage of this approach is that Tesla will be able to produce next-generation electric vehicles on the same production line as the current S3XY models, but with innovations to make EVs more novel. Some details in the shareholder update suggest that Tesla will introduce multiple models using elements from the next-generation platform alongside more affordable compact electric vehicles. At this point, the most feasible candidate is the Model Y Juniper. Placing the new Model Y on this combined production line would allow Tesla to reduce costs and improve profit margins at even lower prices. Tesla could also utilize the next-generation platform to accelerate the launch process of the Roadster. Elon recently mentioned in his X post that Tesla is constantly iterating on its vehicles, even without a complete refresh. Specifically, he wrote, "I should note that Tesla continuously improves its cars, so even a car that's 6 months newer will be a little better." It's undeniable that the SUV has been getting better with small updates before the Juniper project launches. It's easy to see that some continuous improvements in China. The updated Model Y in China comes with a new dashboard, including ambient lighting for the dashboard area and updated trim details from wood to black and gray fabric. Additionally, there are some internal changes, including an update to the 0 to 60 mile an hour acceleration of the Model Y standard range from 6.9 seconds to 5.9 seconds. The long-range and performance variants also receive slightly better range with improvements in battery technology. Rumors surrounding the Tesla Model Y Juniper have put enthusiasts and potential buyers in a dilemma. Should they invest in the current Model Y now or wait for Juniper's release? Although the exact details and release date have yet to be revealed, the anticipation is evident. For those eager to have the latest update from Tesla, the wait might be worthwhile. Juniper promises to bring a fresh look and feel to the already popular Model Y, potentially setting a new standard in the electric SUV market. Yeah, what you're seeing is exactly the Model Y Juniper being wrapped at the front, while some other details have been refreshed. It's appeared in the US, Elon Musk lied to us about the Juniper project not appearing to avoid the Osborne effect. But in the end, it's arrived. Previously, many leaks suggested it would be released in September this year following the Robotaxi, and this seems accurate since the Model 3 Highland was also released shortly after being spotted with modifications. We think the Model Y Juniper has more amazing features than you might think, so let's explore them now. Many people will think that Tesla does not need to rush the refresh of the Model Y. The Model Y will still perform well and is still a desirable car when it continues to sell so well in so many different markets. So Tesla has no reason to prioritize a refresh right now, and Robotaxi is the focus of the manufacturer these days. If you look at it on the surface, this is true, but looking at what's happening with Tesla, especially in the US, this might not quite be right. In the first 2 quarters of this year, Tesla vehicle deliveries dropped by 8.5% in the first quarter and almost 5% in the second quarter compared to the same period last year, according to CNBC. Clearly, Robotaxi has not generated the widespread interest due to concerns about its self-driving technology. Meanwhile, the $25,000 affordable car isn't a feasible quick fix. As a result, the Model Y Juniper has been considered and is now appearing in California. What's new in the Model Y Juniper? In fact, the Juniper project started leaking in second quarter of 2023, right after the Model 3 refresh was confirmed. We know that many people are eagerly awaiting the new version of the Model Y Juniper, with many even putting off their purchase of the current Model Y. What appeared to be a covered version of Tesla's upcoming Model Y refresh, dubbed Juniper by the media, was spotted for the first time ahead of its official launch. On Sunday, Reddit user Jack1Jack spotted the apparent Tesla Model Y refresh outside the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena, California. As can be seen in the image, the Model Y features covers on the front and rear bumper. Though the front looks to have gotten a similar redesign to the recently refreshed Model 3, we also found a camera in the front bumper that could help with parking since Tesla removed the ultrasonic sensor a couple years back, and many sources indicate that this is just for testing and it'll disappear when the Model Y Juniper goes into production. So far, Cybertruck has integrated a front bumper camera and camera washers. The Model Y Juniper might still have it, but we should still hope with those aero wheel caps that are probably temporary. It'd be nice if someone could come and rip those covers off so the beauty of the new Model Y is unveiled and we can get a better close-up look at it. Unfortunately, the owner of this leaked photo took a peek inside, but everything was covered in a thick sheet. The car was just parked there without a driver, so aside from the wrap, we still don't have any leaked interior photos of the new SUV. Of course, it's no coincidence that a Model Y was wrapped, especially since the coverings on the front and rear sections, which are the most distinguishable parts between Model Y and Model Y Juniper. It's clear that the owner does not want these details to be revealed. The front of the Model Y Juniper, if unveiled, will lose a lot of things like the mustache, the fog lights, the side intake vents, especially the 2 new headlights that become slim and extend to the sides like the Model S. Its rear end is also covered because it doesn't want to reveal the new taillights, unlike the current version. The taillights migrate entirely onto the trunk lid, easing the need for complex tolerances around the opening, and the taillights themselves adopt a thinner look with their C-shapes. Another feature of the Juniper that makes it more recognizable is that the Tesla T logo is replaced with the letters TESLA to emphasize the new horizontal feeling of the back of the car. There are many other edits, but those are the details that make anyone recognize the new version of the SUV. Most importantly, the image isn't distorted, and all the shut lines, including the tailgate, appear to be in the right place. The owner of the photos also silenced doubters by uploading the full-res image. This means we can just about safely assume that Tesla is really testing out the Project Juniper model on the road. Why is Model Y Juniper worth the wait? There's no clock to turn back time, so we dare say that the majority who are impatient with this project will definitely be regretting it quite a lot if they buy a Model Y right now, because the refresh will change the SUV by up to 70%. Everyone knows that Model Y and Model 3 share the same production platform and previously had similar designs. More precisely, Model 3 and Model Y share 76% of their parts. Since Model 3 got launched first, it makes sense to prioritize its refresh. However, we've noticed that the number of people currently awaiting the Model Y refresh is much higher. They're hoping that this SUV will get the updates from the new Model 3 version. As mentioned, these changes are big, with over half of the components being improved in the new Model 3. But for Model Y, could see changes up to 70%, including everything in the new sedan and additionally a new battery pack. In the Model 3 Highland, performance improvements primarily come from aerodynamic efficiency adjustments without changes to the battery. However, the Model Y is more crucial because it's been Tesla's best-selling vehicle for many years, possibly contributing to the most to Tesla's revenue. Therefore, it requires more investments with bigger changes. We'll go over a few of the changes that come with this refresh, and there's about to be some controversy here when we see the biggest change in the Model Y interior, and that's probably going to be the entirely new steering wheel, which will be borrowed from the Highland. Just like Model 3, Tesla will eliminate the stalks behind the wheel and relocate more functions to the wheel to retain physical controls for turn signals, lights, wipers, and the voice assistant. Even though Model Y Juniper has not been officially launched, the leaks about this change have been discussed a lot because customers are divided into two camps. One group likes this change, while the other group wants Tesla to keep the current structure. We've surveyed our team members, and the majority have voted for the update because they believe it'll make the Model Y more aligned with current technology trends and leave a stronger impression, even if it may take some getting used to initially. We've heard that even in luxury models like Ferrari and Lamborghini, such updates are implemented, so who knows? People might change their views once they experience the Juniper. It'll be very interesting to see how Tesla goes along with it. As far as we know, Tesla's implemented some pretty clever plans to encourage customers to stop waiting for the Juniper to prevent impacting sales of the vehicle. In addition to announcing that there will be no updated Model Y, as we know, the current version of Model Y in China has also gotten some new upgrades that are found in the Model 3 Highland, such as interior RGB lighting on the dashboard and the replacement of wood trim with new woven materials. We know some of these upgrades will also make the Model Y feel a lot fresher, as even Elon said, "I should note that Tesla continuously improves its cars, so even a car that's 6 months newer is going to be a little better. And we won't see the Juniper until 2025, but that could be to encourage people to buy Model Y now. And it still has plenty of reasons to come out earlier than expected, given Tesla's poor delivery numbers in the first 2 quarters of the year. And suppliers in China have admitted that they've been asked by Tesla to deliver the new parts now. What battery will the Tesla Model Y Juniper get? Currently, the Model Y produced at Giga Berlin uses BYD's Blade batteries, which feature LFP chemistry and are among the most advanced in the world, and the BYD batteries provide the Model Y with superior charging performance. Meanwhile, the version produced at Giga Shanghai, China uses CATL lithium phosphate batteries. These LFP packs are still the old generation, and in the US, the Model Y produced in Texas and Fremont uses 2170 battery packs, but we soon believe Model Y Juniper is going to change all these packs. We speculate that it's highly likely that it'll be changed to CATL's M3P battery, as over the past time, the press has reported a lot about Tesla discussing with CATL to use the M3P battery for the Model Y refresh. From what we understand, the M3P battery is a type of battery based on a new material system primarily using phosphate and manganese. It's said to have higher energy density than lithium iron phosphate batteries, but at a significantly lower cost. It's reported to increase the operating range by at least 10%, reducing charging time to under 20 minutes. Its greatest advantage lies in the higher energy density, allowing for fewer batteries to get used, thus reducing the cost and weight of the Model Y Juniper significantly. Combined with aerodynamic improvements from interior and exterior modifications, a range of 350 to 370 miles is entirely feasible for the long-range version. According to reports from Chinese press, Tesla is rumored to be installing the first CATL M3P cells on the Model Y at the Shanghai factory this year, aligning with leaked plans for the refresh project. How about the Model Y Giga Berlin version? Interestingly, the Model Y produced in Europe might use BYD's Blade 2 battery version. This new Blade 2 battery has a 24% higher energy density compared to the current one, specifically reaching an energy density of 190 watt-hours a kg, significantly higher than 150 watt-hours a kilogram. This innovation aims to allow electric vehicles to travel over 1,000 kilometers in the CLTC cycle, an unprecedented feat in LFP battery technology, marking a significant upgrade. Customers will undoubtedly be eager to own this version as it'll gain at least an additional 15 miles of range, no doubt about it. What about the standard Model Y in the US? Currently, it uses Panasonic 2170 batteries. Previously, Tesla used 4680 Gen 1 batteries, but the results were not very impressive, and they even performed worse than the 2170s. As a result, Tesla decided to stop using the 4680s for their SUV. However, with a return to the Juniper project, Tesla could potentially equip its best-selling car with 4680 battery cells. Specifically, these would be the 4680 Cyber cells used in the Cybertruck. We don't worry about the supply issues because both Panasonic and LG are currently producing these 4680 battery cells. Tesla might align the release of the new Model Y in the US with the production of the 4680 batteries by Panasonic and LG. This would improve both power and energy density, potentially enhancing the range of the new standard Model Y in the US. Additionally, charging speed could also see improvements. Given the competition in China, it's clear Tesla has no choice. The current 170 kilowatt charging speed for the standard Model Y is not fast enough to compete with Chinese rivals. The vehicle's architecture might need some adjustments to get this, but Tesla can improve charging speeds if they choose to. There will be differences between models regarding the type of battery they use. Although expectations aren't too high, there is a possibility that the updated Model Y Juniper could come with new sensors and hardware 5. Elon Musk estimates that HW5, now called AI5, will be in production in a few months. Since the Model Y is quite stiff and sometimes uncomfortable on less than ideal roads, we also hope this car will feature a softer suspension, focusing more on pampering the occupants and isolating them from road imperfections. Finally, we believe that the new price of the Model Y will not significantly change despite undergoing a near-complete refresh. If there's any fluctuation, the price might go up by $1,000 to $2,000, similar to the new Model 3. This explains why thousands, even millions of consumers are eagerly awaiting this project, simply because they want a truly worthwhile masterpiece. We know that Tesla will move forward with whatever's most important to what the customer wants. A refreshed Model Y will certainly boost demand, as there are undoubtedly many customers waiting for this update. Besides the refreshed interior, the most significant updates to the Model Y could include improved ride quality and much better cabin sound insulation. The new Model 3 offers an extremely quiet and smooth riding comparison. Currently, Model Y is noisier and not as smooth. For us, these will be the most notable changes in this Model Y refresh. Those are the changes we've distilled that'll appear on the Model Y Juniper, and they sound pretty good, right? So why not wait for such a great car? Have you seen the reviews for the refreshed Tesla Model 3? It's a much better car, winning almost every review I've read. We've seen comparison tests, and the Model 3 is the best car, truly something worth buying from Tesla this year. The Model 3 Highland in particular has no real flaws to criticize. Tesla is currently the most manufactured car in the United States. They've also achieved price parity with comparable internal combustion engine vehicles even without the federal tax credits. This means that Tesla is not only affordable in terms of operating and maintenance costs, but also affordable even without the incentives. The Model Y is Tesla's most successful model, selling over 1.2 million units across the world last year. Discussions about an upgrade surfaced after the refreshed Model 3 was released last year in Europe and later in North America. While leaked images of the new Model Y may not immediately spark interest, they hold significant importance. Tesla only tests a new vehicle when it's nearly completed and part of their release plan. Despite possibly several months before its official launch, this indicates that the Model Y Juniper is on its way. It's just a matter of time. Looking back to April 2023, we received the first leaked photo of the Model 3 featuring its new headlight cluster. Shortly after that, Tesla released the Model 3 Highland from the Shanghai factory, bringing it to the US in January of this year. The timeline from the initial appearance to the delivery of the Model 3 Highland took only 7 months. This demonstrates that Tesla has a tightly managed schedule for product development and release. The appearance of these leaked photos may not be random. They could be part of Tesla's strategy to generate excitement and anticipation from customers. The leakage of images of the new Model Y indicates that we're very close to the time when the vehicle will officially be hitting the roads with numerous changes both inside and out. There will be differences between models in terms of the type of battery they use.
Model Y produced in the US may utilize Tesla's own 4680 cells, sourced from Tesla itself, Panasonic, or LG. Meanwhile, versions made in China or Germany may use different types of batteries, such as the Cattle M3P or the BYD Blade Gen 2. These advancements not only enhance performance and range, but also position Tesla more competitively in the global electric vehicle market. We anticipate that the Model Y Juniper will make a strong debut as a formidable contender this time around, as its performance has been long overdue for discussion. Elon Musk ultimately chose not to rush the announcement of the launch schedule for the new Model Y because Tesla didn't want to harm the sales of their current most popular vehicle. We expect they'll release this car differently. There might not be a lengthy delay between each factory upgrade. Elon confirmed again no Model Y refresh this year. Speculations point to first quarter 2025 for deliveries. However, much of this is based on rumors and speculation, so only time will tell. Therefore, if you want to buy a new Model Y today, you probably shouldn't wait for the update, because we don't know when it's going to get released. Nevertheless, the current model is getting incremental improvements, but if it's not urgent, you might be better off waiting. Technology never sleeps, and Tesla is the clearest proof of this. When we thought everything had reached its peak with Cybertruck, Tesla once again surprised everyone with 5 new Tesla EV models announced, 3 of which promised to be groundbreaking to stir up the EV community. Without wasting any more time, let's explore the magical new products of Tesla and feel the waves of change coming. Number 1. Tesla Affordable EV, $25,000. The reason we put this car at the top of the list is entirely justified. It's not wrong to say this model's generated the most media buzz and anticipation ever, simply because you can buy a super affordable Tesla EV for just $25,000. Yeah, it's just that simple. There won't be any changes as it remains a smaller compact crossover than the Model Y, but it won't repeat the design like what Tesla's done before. It won't adhere to traditional standards. Instead, it'll be quite innovative both on the inside and out. Initially, the majority called it Model 2, but Elon Musk has not confirmed this name. In a way, this name is quite logical because when rearranged with the launch models, we'll get the double sexy. Quite interesting. It seemed it could be launched this year, when many inside sources leaked that it was put on the production line in Giga, Texas after Tesla completed negotiations with component suppliers at this time. Reuters released a bombshell that shocked all those who were saving money waiting for this car on April 5th with the article titled, "Tesla Scraps the Low-Cost Car Plans Amid Fierce Chinese EV Competition." We initially tried to believe that this was a mistake or disinformation because not long ago, Elon said in a conversation with Sandy Munro that Tesla has made quite a lot of progress with the Model 2. But Reuters said that it was 3 sources close to Tesla who leaked it. With the information provided, Reuters reported that the $25,000 car plan appears to have been indefinitely postponed. However, immediately after Reuters' post went live, Elon and Tesla received numerous negative reactions from fans from the car and investors alike. The climax on the issue was a 4.7% drop in stock value within just a few hours of the news breaking. To contain the urgent situation and keep things from escalating further, Elon was forced to declare on Twitter that Reuters is lying again, without providing any useful evidence to prove that the Model 2 is still in production. Shortly after, Tesla realized the significant customer demand for an affordable electric vehicle, prompting the manufacturer to reintroduce this low-cost car into production plans. During their first quarter earnings call, Tesla announced that they would accelerate the launch of a range of new vehicles ahead of their previous target of the second half of 2025, including the more affordable model. However, a major change has occurred with this affordable car, as it will not have a new production line originally called the unbox process. Instead, this low-cost vehicle will be manufactured on a line referred to as the mixed produce line. It's named so because Elon confirmed that the Model 2 will adopt a traditional production platform similar to the Model Y or Model 3. However, to ensure the Model 2 doesn't become diluted when applying this traditional production platform, Tesla stated they'll incorporate some new technologies from the updated platform, but primarily rely on older technology that has many benefits. This means 70% from the old line and 30% innovation. Why did Tesla do this? It's simple. Just want to come out soon and be as cheap as Tesla wants it to be. Tesla struggled so much with this low-cost car that they had to take apart a Honda Civic in an attempt to learn how to make a low-cost car. Tesla may have realized that it wouldn't be $25,000 with more modern manufacturing methods. So in the end, the best solution was to put the Model 2 on the assembly line like their current generation vehicles, and Tesla would save the company a lot of money in development and retooling costs. As we mentioned earlier, this car could take on various forms, but current rumors suggest we might see it as a compact crossover or tiny Model Y, albeit stripped of luxury features to achieve a more affordable price point. It's quite disappointing, but that's something we need to accept. For example, it may only use simpler headlights and LED designs, reduce the number of sensors and cameras around the car. Inside the cabin, Tesla might eliminate some luxury features like ventilated seats and omit a rear screen for passengers. On the other hand, we're also speculating that the Model 2 could adopt a 48-volt architecture and steer-by-wire system similar to what we've seen in Cybertruck, which could reduce weight and cost by removing unnecessary wiring and copper. However, it's quite challenging as Elon has previously noted difficulties in integrating such systems into smaller vehicle models. Finally, regarding the battery pack, about 80% of this affordable car is expected to use cheaper LFP batteries in exchange for a shorter range. Therefore, don't expect a range exceeding 300 miles or acceleration from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. We don't think that's going to happen. With the Model 2, there are several components, like the motor-excluding rare earth metals priced at just $1,000, as Musk mentioned, which are also very promising. Ultimately, we believe there will only be two variants, a single motor and dual motor for Model 2. Overall, Tesla stands to benefit significantly from the affordable car by leveraging their existing production line, achieving a more competitive price point in the market without starting from scratch. Many speculations suggest that this car could be priced close to $30,000 instead of $32,000, instead of the base $25,000 by 2025, which makes sense as it would qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. If eligible for the federal EV tax credit, this would significantly reduce the price for many customers. We believe that the $25,000 price point Musk mentioned likely already factors into the federal credit rather than being the base price. This car is predicted to be a crucial element in Tesla's strategy to lead the market in affordable electric vehicles and generate substantial products for Elon due to its high anticipated demand. Therefore, we are eagerly anticipating Tesla's next moves with this Gen 3 EV. Now, let's move on to the next masterpiece. Number 2, Tesla Model Y Juniper. Actually, to say that this is a completely new car being launched seems a bit off. However, we believe it's still worth arranging around the most anticipated models because you might not know that millions of people are giving up buying the current Model Y just to wait for Juniper to launch. The reason is that after this refreshed version, the SUV will reach a new height with even better updates than the new Model 3. Do you believe if we say that the new Model Y could potentially launch by the end of the year? We think that's quite unbelievable, but not entirely impossible. Of course, Elon won't rush to confirm it because once Tesla acknowledges the existence of the Juniper Model Y, the Osborne effect would likely occur. This could lead to current Model Ys becoming inventory liabilities, significantly impacting revenue. As you know, no one wants to buy a new car only to have it labeled as outdated within a few months due to promising updates. Speaking briefly about the Model Y Juniper, the exterior will change with sharper angles, sharp and slim headlights, along with new taillights, new mirrors, redesigned wheel covers, and a new range of colors compared to the current number. While uncertain, the Model Y Juniper is expected to enhance material quality to a more premium level and incorporate an advanced suspension system aimed at reducing shocks by improving the stiffness of the front and rear suspension bushings. The stiffness of the subframe bushings will also be modified. It is possible that the Model Y Juniper could achieve vibration reduction between 20 and 50% at the driver's seat. On the highways, the current Model Y often faces significant wind noise, and even at 50 miles an hour, you can hear the wind whistling through the windshield and around the car's body. With a new Model Y, while wind noise may not completely disappear, it's been significantly reduced. Tesla's made improvements in NVH, that's noise, vibration, and harshness, by about 20% across the whole vehicle, particularly cutting back noise around the windows. This seems accurate with the added soundproofing in both the front and rear doors. Inside, the car will feature a redesigned center console, ambient LED lighting strips, 2 wireless phone chargers, grab handles, storage compartments, and redesigned seats, possibly with additional ventilation. Similar to the Model 3, turn signals are controlled via buttons on the steering wheel, and gear shifting is done through the touchscreen. While some may not mind this change, many find this design choice uncomfortable. Tesla believes that people will eventually choose to use self-driving technology over manual driving, and the joysticks won't really be necessary. But until then, many people may not like that option, at least until they get used to it. In terms of performance, Model Y will be changed to use a new type of battery from Cattle. Many rumors say that it's the M3P battery that allows for a 10% increase in operating range with a shortened charging and discharging efficiency to less than 20 minutes. Elon Musk has not confirmed, but Cattle has made many media reports. Hopefully it's true, because this will be a major breakthrough to help the return of Model Y more brilliantly. Finally, the question that most people wonder is, will the Model Y go up in price? Yes, but we believe that the price of the new Model Y will not differ significantly, even though it's almost entirely refreshed. If there are fluctuations, it would only increase by a maximum of $1,000 to $2,000, similar to the new Model 3. This is the reason why thousands, even millions of people are still eagerly awaiting this project. Next, let's discuss the upcoming model that seems to have less public interest. What could be the reason? Number 3. Tesla Robotaxi or CyberCab? Musk has been talking about Robotaxi services for years. In a 2019 investor call, Musk mentioned that Tesla planned to have 1 million vehicles on the road capable of operating as robotaxis within just under a month of the anticipated launch of Tesla's self-driving car. What's intrigued us is that as of now, Tesla's Robotaxi, or as Musk calls it, the CyberCab, has yet to unveil its official design. This contrasts with other Tesla models, which are typically heavily marketed. Talking about this, like many concept models that Tesla's hinted at, it'll draw significant inspiration from the Cybertruck. Therefore, Elon referred to it as the CyberCab. The exterior design carries the distinctive Tesla aesthetics with a more angular, polygonal aesthetic compared to the Model 3 and Model Y arranged logically. Overall, it's likely to have a teardrop shape in an effort to maximize aerodynamics. This vehicle's planned to have only 2 upward opening entry doors instead of the usual side opening doors found in conventional cars. Looking inside, its white interior will include 2 passenger seats, an entertainment system between the front seats, and no steering wheel. The area behind is designated for passenger luggage and belongings. In an earnings call in April, Musk described Tesla's taxi service as a blend of Airbnb and Uber, where you simply pick up your phone, call the service, customize settings like the temperature, and it autonomously arrives at your location without a driver inside. Back to the original question of why so few people are interested in the car, in our opinion, it has to do with the self-driving feature. People are still hesitant to see an autonomous car on the road, and they don't dare to bet on the safety of a newly launched car. Tesla's technology roadmap relies heavily on visual perception, while other companies use a multi-sensor approach. Although this approach is expected to reduce costs for autonomous driving systems and increase potential for mass production scalability, experts and analysts indicate that relying solely on visual perception and emitting sensors like LiDAR may not fully guarantee the reliability and safety of the system. This could impact the development and regulatory approval process for Robotaxi. This is perhaps the primary reason hindering the media effect of Robotaxi. Finally, the answer to how safe robotaxis are going to be will be revealed in August. Hopefully, Musk keeps his promise about the timeline. Number 4. Tesla Van. While the 3 models above are almost ready to be available in the real world in the near future, the Tesla Van has us wondering about its existence in Tesla's production plan. In the recent Tesla shareholder call, the manufacturer announced the development project of its car line, but the attention was drawn to 3 mysterious cars that were covered in a veil. In terms of model design, there are 2 similar cars that are predicted to be a CyberCab and the affordable $25,000 car, while the other one is a bit larger and has a high body. With the size, the most suitable car can only be the Tesla Van or Robo-Van that Elon's talked about many times before in the past. Tesla Van's expected to be a passenger vehicle capable of carrying approximately 10 passengers, a capacity not currently fulfilled by any other existing Tesla model. Therefore, the decision to release it could indeed be a prudent one. Numerous concepts have surfaced amidst rumors that the Tesla Van will be included in Elon's product lineup. All describe a vehicle inheriting many features from the semi-truck, with a shortened roof. If our estimates are correct, a Tesla van would measure approximately 225 inches in length, 85 inches in height, and at least 80 inches in width, a size comparable to other vans out there on the market. Tesla won't focus too much on the exterior. Instead, the interior will be the biggest highlight of the vehicle. We confidently assert that it'll provide the best passenger experience with all the amenities, resembling a mobile home with comfortable bench seats, synthetic wood flooring, a table for drinks or laptops, overhead luggage shelving, and an integrated multimedia system with an HD screen. It features a premium sound system, and you can stream content in a space described as brilliantly lit like a perfect island getaway. Notably, the Tesla van integrates Starlink, allowing free internet access anywhere, anytime. The new car in our episode today is finally a masterpiece for those passionate about both speed and performance. Number 5. Tesla Roadster Gen 2. The next generation Tesla Roadster has been widely discussed since Tesla first unveiled details about the upcoming car several years ago. While it has consistently received high praise in every aspect, only a select few pay attention to the Roadster because not everyone can afford $200,000 to buy one. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. However, we believe it justifies the price tag when considering its performance. A true beast on the road. From what we gather, the Tesla Roadster 2025 is equipped with a massive 200 kilowatt-hour battery pack and 3 powerful motors, delivering an impressive 1,000 horsepower. Most remarkably, it can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in under a second, an astonishing achievement in the automotive industry. This acceleration capability not only makes the Roadster 2025 one of the fastest cars out there, but also redefines the standards of speed and performance for EVs. In the latest update on electric vehicles, CEO Elon Musk hinted that the Tesla Roadster might be capable of flight, although the extent of this capability is a bit still unclear. While he did not disclose further details about whether it can actually fly, the duration of flight, or when exactly this electric vehicle will be available for sale, considering its promised performance, we believe it should be immediately on today's list of top 5 new models. As mentioned earlier, the base price is listed at $200,000. Additionally, 1,000 individuals have the opportunity to reserve a Founder Series of models priced at 250 Gs right from the outset. Musk indicated that production may be limited to 10,000 units a year. According to Musk, there is currently no car that can compare to the Roadster in any aspect of performance, including driving on racetracks. He mentioned that the Roadster's development took place off-site in an unnamed building to ensure secrecy. The Tesla Skunkworks facility included an underground level filled with various drivetrain systems for testing and validation, specifically for the Roadster. We hope you'll have the most relaxing feelings after watching this video. If you did, please hit the like button and join the Tesla Car World family by subscribing to our channel. And don't miss out on any of our awesome videos by hitting the bell icon. We value your feedback and your time. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Until then, stay safe and have fun.
you.